So the Porsche Tycan has always been a good looking car. It is also one of the best fast electric cars available, and I firmly believe that it is actually better than the Tesla Model S Plaid. Since its launch now, back in 2019, there has been a few fast electric four-door saloons entering the market. Think of the BMW i5 M60 or the Mercedes AMG EQE 53 for example. It is about time for Porsche then to give the Tycan a bit of an update, and here it is. Is it better than before, and can it beat its new rivals? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, also starting with the styling from the front of the new Tycan facelift, and whilst it looks very similar than before, the tweaks that have been made have made it more streamlined to make it look more modern and also sleeker in my opinion. Let's start with the headlights, as they have had a little restyle to fit in the housing much better. This also makes the car more aerodynamic. The bumper is also different too, and the side vents don't connect to the headlights on some models. This makes the front end look more minimalistic but also sportier and modern too. The lower central air vent is also slightly different. The overall styling does feel smoother and sleeker and like a proper modern Porsche. Moving around to the side of the Tycan, and we get no changes to the bodywork apart from the set of new wheel options and paint colour options. A standard facelift then. Moving around to the back, and unlike the front where there are big changes, the rear has hardly got any changes, but I am fine with this. The bumper is the same as before, and so are the tail lights and the light bar. But what is new is that the Porsche lettering can be lit up on some models as an option, and where markets and the law allows it. Right, let's have a look at the battery motor options that you can have with the new Porsche Tycan facelift. So, just like before, there are different trim levels that relate to the amount of power you get with Porsche. The range kicks off with the regular Tycan. This has 400 brake horsepower motor on the back capsule, giving it rear wheel drive and a 0 to 62 time of just 4.8 seconds. You get a 97 kWh battery pack, and this gives you a range of about 350 miles on a good day. The next version is the Tycan 4S. This has 540 brake horsepower, but this time it is 4-wheel drive as it has two electric motors, one on the front and one on the back. This reduces the 0 to 62 time down to just 3.7 seconds. Again, battery size is 97 kWh, and this gives you about 360 miles of range. The next version is the Tycan Turbo. This has 880 brake horsepower and a 0 to 62 time of just 2.7 seconds. This also gets 4-wheel drive, and again the battery size is 97 kWh and the range is about 390 miles. The next version is the Tycan Turbo S. This increases the power yet again to 948 brake horsepower with a top speed of 162 miles an hour. 0 to 62 time has reduced to 2.4 seconds. Just like the other models, this has a battery size of 97 kWh and a range of about 390 miles. So, now we get on to some recently new announced models. This is the Turbo GT and Turbo GT with Visac pack. Now, they both have around 1030 brake horsepower, with the regular Turbo GT getting 2.3 seconds 0 to 62 time and the Visac pack getting 2.2 seconds. The normal GT has 180 miles an hour top speed, whilst the Visac pack gives you a whopping 190 miles an hour top speed. Both are available with 4-wheel drive, and both have the 97 kWh battery pack with a range of about 340 miles. But I'm guessing this will decrease if you drive it hard on a track. That model is coming out later this year, but what a car that will be. The price of the new Porsche Tycan facelift starts at around £86,500. Let's have a look at and see what the interior will be like. So, get inside the new Tycan, and before we enter the car you will notice a facelift, as the Tycan now comes with Porsche Active Ride system. This shoots the car up by 55mm on air springs, making it easier to get in. When you do get in though, there aren't any obvious changes to start with. One big change though is when you turn the car on, you get a new instrument cluster. The infotainment system is the same as before, and it is still very easy to use. The climate control and other functions are located on the third screen lower down on the centre console, and this is actually fairly easy to use considering it is a touchscreen. This is because when you press a button or a function on the screen, you get a haptic feedback so you know when the button is pressed. You can also have a fourth screen in front of the passenger too, and you also get the same low riding sports seat and the sporty feeling steering wheel. The overall fit and finish is like any other Porsche, so you won't be disappointed with it. Let's have a look at the rear seats. So for a near enough 5-metre car you would expect it to have plenty of legroom. In a matter of fact though, it isn't as good as some rivals, and the same can be said for headroom because of the sloping roof. The Sport Turismo though can improve the headroom because of the higher roof line. You still get very nice materials though, and your own climate control system, air vents, USB-C ports, as well as an armrest and rear heated seats. You also get these sculpted rear seats which look like the front seats, and whilst they may seem cool at first, they aren't the best seats to sit in. The same can be said for the middle seat, as they take over the middle seat a bit too. They aren't that bad though once you do get used to them. Let's have a look at what the boot space is like. So, opening the boot to the Tycan, and to be honest, for a supposedly spacious car, it isn't very spacious. With the seats up, the boot space is at 407 litres, which is smaller than a BMW i4 and not much bigger than a Volkswagen Golf. But it does have a big opening area, so you can put large and flat items in it. It is more of a height that reduces the size in this aspect. Folding the seats down, you get 1,212 litres, which again isn't that bad, but I would have expected better. One important note is that you do get a front boot which is 84 litres in size, and this can house the charging cables, which is great. And the size of the boot brings me on to the summary. Why does one person buy a Porsche Tycan over all the other models? Well, it's because it's a Porsche at the end of the day. Whilst being electric, it will have the typical Porsche looks, the typical Porsche handling, and the proper Porsche feel. To be honest, this may be the only electric car that you can buy that feels like an internal combustion engine, but it will have much better performance than one. So, does it beat its rivals then? Well, yes of course, but then it is slightly more expensive than its rivals too. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.